Your music uses traditional instruments,
Mm-hmm.
often since this experience,
Mm-hmm.
with manipulated tape or electronic.
Mm-hmm.
Can you explain a little bit about what we're going to hear and how you've used the variety of stacked speakers?
Mm-hmm.
Perhaps talk about Dudamel and the experience
Mm.
with Los Angeles.
Oh, not Dudama. It's a Esapeka
Oh,
salon.
Esa Salon.
Yes,
Okay, all right.
yeah.
Would you explain that a little bit?
Yes. Actually, I just so I'm not actually very good in electronic music. I just learned for 1 year, um, but I try to use that as a tool to create what's in my mind. So technique part, I'm still not very good, but I think I what's in my mind musically, I can reach and create more sound than just use the traditional instruments,
So you do a lot
acoustic
of layering.
instruments.
You
Yes,
use the
yes.
techniques of layering in your composition.
Mm-hmm.
You use a form.
Uh-huh.
You use structures. You use
Mm-hmm.
tonality.
Mm-hmm.
Tell us more. Explain a little bit more.
Yes. I can use the commission piece
Yes, please use the commission piece,
from
the
Los Angeles
concerto.
Philharmonic or the clarinet concerto as an
Okay.
example. For example, for the Deluge, that piece was inspired by Kandinsky's painting with the same name. Um, I the idea was to create this environment where the audience sitting inside a water cube, and the water sound with some processing, a lot of processing surround the audience, while the acoustic instrument on the front, on stage, they play at the same time and create like sparkling sound, either bright or dark, and colorful sound that was inspired by the painting. I tried to create this image of deluge. Um, for the other piece, the Resurrection for clarinet and the electronics, I actually was inspired by a story I come from Peking Opera. So I tried to use the clarinet, this acoustic instrument, but use electronics to imitate the human voice. So we had a lot of fun. I had a lot of fun working with my friend Derek Bermel, who's a clarinetist, also a composer. Together, we worked a lot of hours together to try to get that happen. And so that kind of approach I really like, because if we just without electronics, it's very hard for clarinet to realize human voice,
Correct.
or to create a kind of very thick sound, um, like like I want to create this wild underground creature sound, which I actually used real sound from the tiger and the lion and processes them to create this very kind of scary background, which it's it's impossible for to do with only acoustic
Traditional
instrument.
acoustic
Yeah.
instrument. That's
So
fascinating
yeah.
because you use a lot of imagery, you like stories, and you like color.
Yes.
So tell us about your fascination with color and how it's involved titles.
Uh-huh.
And
Yes.
of course, you've already mentioned paintings.
Yes.
So the related arts. So talk
Yes.
about colors, pure white.
Yes. So actually, in my earlier, my student years, I wrote a series of color pieces, and it's usually based on one color. For example, my earlier piece, like Big Red, Pure White, you will hear in our concert on Thursday, are like based on inspired by one color. So like Pure White was an image of like a very quiet lake and under the moon, So that's another thing. It's nature. It's very inspiring to me. Um, and then I wrote other pieces like Aqua, like my inspiration from the ocean waves, and the blue color, light blue color, and also noir, black. You heard the orchestra piece.
I did.
I tried to create the sense of the interpretation of black from different culture, like from European, from Asia, from American, jazz music. So
Yeah, that,
it was
that's